Hey everyone, another movie review for this steady growing channel. First off, I just want to say thank you to all your support, whether you're clicking to watch, liking, sharing, or subscribing, or even doing all of those things. I'm seeing a huge growth in such a short time span, and I just wanted to take the time to say I appreciate all of you very much. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyways, I don't want to waste any more of your time on this intro any longer, so let's get right into this review for Alien Romulus. Alien Romulus is directed by Fede Alvarez. The work I know him for is Don't Breathe, which I remember at the time this film was a fresh take into the thriller and horror genre. The way that film used sound to elevate tension paired with the visual storytelling was excellent, and I found that film to be a pretty memorable cinematic experience that a part of me still remembers up until this day. And now Fede's newest work is officially, at the time of this recording, Alien Romulus, and I have to say right off the bat, if you liked any of his previous works, this film won't disappoint, and I'll get into those reasons why starting now. Alright, so let's talk about the casting. I thought they were solid. The highlight actor in this film for me was David Johnson's character. I really loved his role here and the way his character progresses in this story. Without getting into spoilers, it was very intriguing to say the least, and I felt the level of attachment to his role in the story more so than any other character in this film. Cailee Spaeny as the main protagonist does a great job in propelling the story forward with her character's dream goal that she's trying to achieve, which hooks us in for the rest of this thrilling ride. I remember Cailee did a great job in the movie Civil War, and it wasn't any different here, so props to her performance too. As for the other cast members, there weren't any additional standouts, but I don't think that's necessarily their fault. More so, the story had many of these characters imbue generic character tropes for the sake of this horror thriller genre in which you can predict pivotal plot points in regards to these characters happening about a mile away. Also, they are a bit bare bones in terms of development, so again, there's nothing super memorable about them. But, for the sake of the story and the thrills Alien Romulus wants to provide, these characters were perfect for their roles in this narrative. Now let's talk about the story. Overall, I found it to be thoroughly entertaining, and I'm pretty darn certain that Alien fans are in for a treat. There's a lot of moments here when the aliens take the spotlight for great fan service and memorable sequences. Watching the main story unfold was also a pretty fun experience, and I didn't really find much in the narrative that felt forced, and it all played out smoothly for the most part. There were many small goals and objectives constantly being created in the story that kept these characters going on this dreadful journey in space, which I had a really fun time with. There are some questionable decision making from the characters and plot holes and pivotal moments that dip into the B-tier level of storytelling, but honestly, I'm not looking for a perfect film when it comes to a sci-fi spectacle, so all in all, I found this story to be a wonderful popcorn flick. When it comes to the visuals of this story, I was sold after the first few scenes at the near beginning. There's tons of visual storytelling, creative backdrops, and well-executed CGI that I found myself engaged with the environment and the world these characters live in. There's something about the cinematic look in this film that just kept me further engaged with the narrative and the spooky and dreadful moments to come with the aliens. I found myself smiling at times because of certain visuals and how epic things looked and felt. So yeah, that was an awesome cinematic experience, and the visuals alone is enough for me to recommend watching this film at the theaters. Anyways, my final score for Alien Romulus is 8.5 out of 10. This was a fun time at the theaters and a worthy cinematic experience. The atmosphere and tone of this film was perfect. The story was simple and good enough for the sake of thrills and encounters with everyone's favorite aliens. Majority of the characters are serviceable enough as well to allow the story to continue at a solid pacing, and without questioning too hard on some of the character decisions and some pivotal plot point moments, I think the majority of people who are already interested in this film are in for a fun time at the theaters. Hell, I honestly wouldn't mind watching this one again. But yeah, that's the end of this review. Thank you all for watching. I'm looking forward to continuing this review streak going. So if you want to stick with me on this journey, make sure to subscribe and stay notified. More videos coming soon. So until then, peace.